Hey, hi, I'm Chris. I'm doing 1,000 vlogs over 1,000 days, so if you're not subscribed, a subscribe will be absolutely awesome. So welcome back to my channel. Today, we're always losing someone. We really are. No one seems to be permanent in our lives. People drift in, people drift out. Sometimes they stay for a long time, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just a fleeting sort of connection, relationship. And when you have a longer one and there's the departure, that can hurt. It really does. Because over time you probably share your emotions, your feelings, you share who you are, what you are, you share how you are. And you know, there can be that physical intimacy. So when that comes to an end, well, that can bring about so many different feelings and thoughts. And that, my friends, can really take time to get over. The small sort of situational relationships, they can be just, well, you probably forget them after time. They wouldn't resonate or matter so much. And yeah, that could mean that you just literally, over time, forget them quite quickly. And that is something that you could easily get over. Of course, there's the other ones, the longer ones. They can be so difficult to sort of get past and not really sort of forget about in a hurry. You probably look back on them over a long time and think about things and how things came to an end. But friendships, relationships, connections with people, everything is lost in time, I think. Everybody goes. Everybody. And eventually I'll go, you know? That is life, my friends. That is life. We come here, we're only ever borrowed each other, aren't we? We're only ever lent this. We don't own it. When we go, this will belong to somebody else. And that, as they say, is the circle of life. The circle of life, though, yeah, it's I don't know, it's a bitter pill to swallow. I think when you're young, it's a harder concept to understand because you think you've got this forever. And forever is such a short time when you're a human being. I don't know how long the longest animal lives on the planet. It's definitely not us humans, I think. I think it's a tortoise or a turtle or something like that. But we certainly aren't here for a long time. And we build communities, we build friendships, we build connections. And not always do we keep those connections. Everything eventually is lost in time. I always think about, I think I saw this this TV series or this TV show where as I'm speaking to you right now across this TV screen out into the lounge where you are or out onto the phone that you're looking at, in a split alternate universe there is, or in a different time shall we say like this moment in the 1800s, there's somebody who right now is doing the washing up maybe, or they're cutting the grass, or they're riding a horse, or they are just doing something, something mundane. But in the fabric of time, we all have our allotted time. And when you try to think about it that way, it really can do your brain in. So I try not to think too much about that. Because time is something that we all have, but some have more than others and some have less than others. It's all about your position in the world and how lucky you've been, you know, in terms of your health or the choices you've made or the things that you've been exposed to. It's a funny old world though, isn't it? It really is. Loss and losing people coming in and out of your life all the time. Yeah, you just think that is anything ever permanent? Back in 1997, so here's a quick story for you. Back in 1997, I got married, and you never marry somebody thinking that you'll ever end it. You just don't. And I thought that would be forever. And unfortunately, it ended. We ended things on good terms. And dare I say it, friendly, amicable. I think if you can do that, that's really healthy. I think that shows the sign of two adult human beings if you can't do that, if you can't be friendly, if you can't be healthy in the ending stages of a relationship, that's not so good. And sometimes it's brought about by one person's behaviour to another. They can be toxic, they can be aggressive, they can be all sorts to what is a passive person in the ending stages of that relationship. So how you overcome that, I think there has to be an instant separation. I talked about this earlier, where if you divorce quickly. If you're in a relationship and you own joint property together, get rid of that property as quickly and as painlessly as you can and move on, because life is so short. You need to think about what you're doing with your life and where you're going, because where you're going doesn't include this silliness, this horribleness in your life. And losing that person will be a good thing, it really will. Losing them going forward, that would be helpful for your sanity, because people who behave that way, well, it is deplorable, and that kind of loss is actually not too bad. So there we are. Look, I'm back in my favourite place, and I just love vlogging down here. I love coming out for a walk and seeing this amazing place. You can see it behind me. I'm so lucky that in the closing stages of the place where I live at the moment, I've only got days left here, guys. Days left. I could always come back any time and visit it, but it's just so gorgeous and so beautiful. And aren't we lucky to share this beautiful planet together? This is paradise. We make our own paradise, I think. We make our own hell. We've got to try and make it the best we can make it. And no, nothing's ever permanent. Nothing is. Even our relationships, other people in our lives. Hopefully we can understand the fact that our permanence here is so short that we only ever borrowed this time. And making the most of this time is so important. It really is. So look after yourself. Go running. Eat all the right things. Do all the right things. You may have a chance of having a long life. You may have that chance. And if you do, how wonderful will that be? 85 years, I think the average is 79 years. So based on that, I might have 20 years left. If I eat the right things, exercise, do all the right things, live in a healthy lifestyle, I might have a chance at another 20 years. And having lived 57 years, that doesn't sound very long at all. So I'm happy to lose people who are not bringing value to my life. I'm happy to lose people who aren't contributing to my happiness. And the people that I do love in my life, the people that I really want to forge a connection with, I'm chasing that with all my vigour, because that's the right thing to do. And hopefully they'll feel that as well. They'll see and understand exactly how I feel about them. And maybe one day, it may be a case that they lose me because I've passed on. And that would be the inevitability of life. I've talked about a lot of themes so far on my channel, and isn't it great that we can have this exchange of ideas? I don't say everything that I say is absolutely spot on, but it comes from the heart and it comes from a great place. And sharing this with my friends here on YouTube, I think it's absolutely fantastic. The miracle of YouTube, I keep on saying it, it is lovely to be able to just connect with people and share this idea of being human, because that's why we're all here, I think, is to leave a connection, leave a mark with each other, learn something from each other, grow, evaluate our position here, and move from that place to a better place in life, because learning from each other, I think, is so fundamentally important. And although losing each other is something that we all do, we won't have the same people in our lives that we had when we were small children, or people that we had when we were kids at school. They're no longer in our lives. There may be one or two of you out there that have that, but I certainly don't. And loss or losing people in life is inevitable. And they're probably saying or talking about the loss that they have in you. They probably reflect on that you not being in their lives. So I think it's important to understand that. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for dropping by. I do a daily vlog every single day, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe will be awesome. I'm going to leave you with this view because I just love the River Plym, and it's got so much nature here and so much fresh air. And isn't England a beautiful place? It can be, can't it? We're so lucky to live here. So lucky indeed. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next one. God bless. Bye now.